don't think he's going to be the guy, but does he bring Witt from Tulane, or is there another guy that he knows that he will be counting on? That's really the hire now with the coordinators in place that the Gator Nation's waiting on.
Well, and what does the whole portal situation look like? I mean, was his message, and how much has his message resonated with the current Florida players? Because that's where a lot of this is going to start too, right?
Yeah, exactly. And of course, they have Caldwell in now as GM. Of course, spent some time in Jacksonville, lost that job, but he's been in Philadelphia for a few years and been the second guy, the number two guy there. So I think that that is going to be the key piece of the puzzle to try to keep all of that together. Florida really got off to a fabulous start with NIL, and then within months they totally crapped the bed, and it was looking really bad in Gainesville. I mean, they made so many mistakes. And then they really it's taken some time, but they've gotten it together, and they've done a really nice job with NIL, and hopefully Caldwell and company will be able to do that. But you're right. I mean, there are several key players on this football team, and this was, as Kirby said in the post game, people are going to judge us harshly for the college football playoff, but because of Florida, it was a close game with Florida. He goes, well, I'm telling you, that's a talented football team at Florida. They were just poorly coached offensively. So, yeah, I think there's a lot of work to be done there. And Scott, that really is outside of strength and conditioning. That's the key right now for the Gators.
Yeah, it really is. And I think John's track record is good, though. I know it's a step up, but he had to do such an amazing job of evaluating and getting the right pieces when he had to basically completely rebuild this Chilean team that ended up 10-2 because he lost so many starters that ended up being good players at Power 4 schools, Mark.
Yeah, exactly. And look, we've seen guys raid those, raid the G5, the G6 teams and come in and really help develop those guys as well. So there's a lot of guys out there. You're starting to hear some names in the portal that you're raising an eyebrow about, and of course Jaden Ball. We're hearing a lot of stuff that there's some schools targeting him. So it's going to be an interesting ride here as we go through the next few weeks.
Yeah, I thought it was funny at the press conference. I'm going to tell you what, though, that was one guy John Summerall called out was that he was going to call first was Jaden Ball.
Yeah, exactly. And look, this was a pretty good Florida offensive line. They should have been better, but that guy to do what he did, and all season long. I was on with you guys during the season, and you said the same things. What's Billy doing with the offense? Why is Jaden Ball not getting the ball more often? 13 times a game, 14 times a game? Are you kidding me? That guy is he's a home run threat every time he touches the ball because he breaks tackles.
Mm-hmm. No question about that. And so, as you said, the strength and conditioning coach is going to be a big, situation. And we actually talked to John about that, and he's had his same strength and conditioning coach both at Troy and Tulane. It'll be interesting to see if he brings him with him to Florida. I guess that hasn't completely been decided. I would think he would have some sort of role depending on who John wants to see. But I thought John made an interesting point, though. He said when they asked him about his staff, he said, look, I'm going to put together the best staff I can, and I'm not going to hire my friends. And we talked about that as well.
Yeah.
And that's what I think's made him successful.
Yeah, exactly. And, that's a good point about Witt, and one that I forgot from the press conference. When you look at all the different things he said, that was one thing that really resonated with Gator Nation is I'm not going to hire my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is one thing that Billy Napier did say a few times here and there is, these guys he talked about the tightness of the team and the culture he was building. And he said, these guys just aren't my family. These are my friends. These are my, and I think that really rubbed the Gator Nation raw because they felt like there were 2 or 3 assistant coaches who probably should have hit the road.
Mark McLeod joining us on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. Mark, I know we're talking a lot of college football. We've talked a lot of college playoff football, but it is basketball season, and those Gators have a big one tonight. Jimmy V Classic taking on number 5 UConn in New York.
They've had a tough schedule.
Yeah.
They have. That Duke game was something else. But, the Florida is so talented on the front court. That is an outstanding front court. The back court, still a work in progress. And, guys, they got to clean up the turnovers. The turnovers are what is killing Florida. If you look at the losses by the Gators this year, go to each one of those games and just circle the turnovers, and there's your ball game right there. You saw it a couple of key moments in the Duke game. One time when they scored a couple, and defensively they did some nice stuff against Duke. They had an opportunity to go on a run, and then they turned the ball over. And that was that way at the end of the game as well. So, yeah, turnovers have plagued this team, and that is the one area where they really have to clean up, because outside of that, 3-point shooting has not been good, as good as certainly they want it. But the coaches are telling these guys can shoot it, and they're telling them, hey, keep putting it up. It's going to come. It's going to fall for you, and you guys are going to start to gain that confidence and build it and go forward.
Well, I mean, I remember last year, even through halfway point of the season, even though they were winning, I don't think anybody realized just how good Florida basketball was until SEC play started.
Yeah.
And then it became obvious Clayton was the best guard in the country. They were just humongous along the front line, and that they really had a special group. That 3-guard trio was unreal, and they go on and win the national championship, and rightfully so. What a team that Todd Golden built, no doubt about it. I think maybe Denzel Aberdeen, I know he got a lot of money, but I think he might want to come back probably. I wonder if he's had some buyer's remorse over there losing at Kentucky.
Yeah, I wonder too. That was the key for Florida last year. I don't think people understood when you looked at the bench for Florida.
Yeah.
The first guys coming off the bench, they would be starters at most every school in the country.
Yeah.
And I think that's the case this year. I really think the bench is very strong for Florida again. But again, early season, we're December. It's a lot of things working out, and really, if they can cut down on the turnovers and knock down a few more of those 3-point shots, or work the ball inside, which we're seeing a little bit more of now, as the guards kind of make some moves and give it back up into the inside guys. I think that'll work well for the Gators.
That's how we found out who Thomas Houck was, because boy, he took a huge jump from freshman to sophomore year, and now he's a stalwart for them as a junior. But yeah, this is still a very talented Gator squad. Before you go, Mark, I know you're very close to the situation. Is there any more clarity with Kevin O'Sullivan and what's going on with Gator baseball?
No, nothing that we've heard of. Nothing that we've heard right now. But you're right. I mean, they got to get that cleared up. I mean, we're on the cusp of being January, and we know all the work really starts hitting home in January, and when they open practice in February. So, I would expect Scott Strickland to say something about that in a couple weeks.
Yeah, no doubt. He's been dealing with a lot on his plate, getting this football program straightened out. Well, Mark, we appreciate it. Let everybody know how to follow you in your coverage of the Florida Gators.
Yeah, at McLeod Live, McLeod Live, and do some stuff for Blitz Sports Radio. And always a pleasure to be on with you guys.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks.
All right, let's get a break in. When we come back, Alex Golish sat down in front of the microphone yesterday. We'll hear from the new Auburn coach coming up next.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
The company is Eagle Masonry and Insulation, but did you know they're also Eagle Landscaping and Dirt Work? Eagle can take care of all your landscaping needs, including irrigation, sod work, and planting, both plants and trees. On the dirt work side, Eagle can grade and build your pads, haul dirt in or out, and even do erosion control. Philip Love and his team can do it all for you. The website is the same, insulatewitheagle.com, as is the phone number, 256-755-1556. Give them a call and see what Eagle can do for you. Eagle saves you time. Eagle saves you money.
I'm here with Stan McDonald of Jacob Title. Stan, I've heard that every real estate closing at Jacob Title is a very big deal. Why is that?
Wes, I'm reminded of a very impactful statement that I heard from Coach Gene Stallings years ago when he talked about big games and little games. He said he didn't like that comparison. He says, because try losing one of those little games. And if you ever do, it ends up being the biggest game all year long. Well, it's the same thing with real estate closings. Every game, every closing is a very big deal at Jacob Title. Because when it's your closing, and your contract on the line, it's a very big deal, and we understand that at Jacob Title.
So it sounds like whether your client is a first-time residential buyer or a multi-million-dollar investor, they can expect your A game.
That's exactly right. As a matter of fact, when you bring your real estate closing to us at Jacob Title, we understand it's all about trust and confidence. And when Stan McDonald tells you that a chicken dips snuff, you can look under his wing for the box.
And like Beebs likes to say, there's no doubt about it.
When you call most roofing companies, all you'll hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming. At Fleming Roofing and Restoration, we're focused on your needs, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement. Folks around here have trusted Fleming since 1965 for all their residential and commercial roofing needs. And as the area's storm damage experts, Fleming knows all the ins and outs of the insurance claims process. Log on FlemingHSV.com to schedule your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where AFS comes in, a groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at afsrepair.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Listen to the Alabama Football Recap Show every Sunday at 11. Smoked by Dreamland Barbecue. Ain't nothing like 'em nowhere. On 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Drying up like rain. Welcome to the Plains.
Welcome to the Plains, indeed. So one of the conversations that we had, remember, we brought this up last week because Kansas State started it.
Yeah.
Kansas State opts out of their bowl game. Well, now others are doing it. Iowa State did it.
Iowa State and then Kansas State both got fined.
They got fined $500,000 for not playing. We know the chickens in gold. They decided to bow out. Notre Dame. Others have done it as well. And it's sad because bowl games used to mean something. Yeah. And here's something too. The Auburn Tigers were sitting in a 5-7 spot. Because of their APR, they were number 2 in the pecking order when it came to 5-7 teams being bowl eligible. Well, Auburn got wind of all this. They knew this way before probably we did.
Yeah.
But they passed on going to a bowl game. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people were like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? You know, you got a new staff. You could get these players on there. You get 15 extra practices. Yesterday, Alex Golish was asked that. Why do you pass up going to a bowl game? Mm-hmm. Here's the coach's response.
If it all had happened a week ago, and our guys were all here, the staff that was previously here was still here intact for the most part, I think that would have been realistic. I think you go through the week, and when that question was posed to us, there's multiple things that go into it. One, there's so much staff turnover that it would be hard to truly be able to put it all together and be competitive to where you have a chance to go win a football game. If you're going to go play a game, you're going to go win the game. I think the other part of it is our guys, there's so many of them that are done with finals that were able to get out and go home and be with their families for a little while here. So to be able to get everybody back together, figure out who the heck is going to coach them, how you would actually do that, the timing of it all was just not practical. It just wasn't realistic. I think, would you love to go play a game? Absolutely. Would you love to go compete and win a game? Absolutely. But the timing of it all, just not realistic. And John and I talked about it at length twice, to be able to get the guys back here, to be able to do what we have to do to go field a football team that can go win, with so many conversations happening right now about roster management and all of it combined with, I would tell you about 75% of the guys aren't here. I think that would be really unrealistic and not fair to the kids more than anybody else. So it just didn't make any sense.
Well, and you've already had Horatio Fields hitting the portal. You got
Damari Alston.
Well, he was already. They already.
Yes, but I mean, no, but yes, these are guys that they're not there.
And then I know this is a shock, but Jackson Arnold.
Yes,
he's hitting the portal to go to his 6,229th school, and to try to finally become talking about a 5-star that hadn't lived up to it. I mean, he's been a flop at Oklahoma and Auburn. We'll see where he ends up this time.
But he's right, though. I mean, what offense would you run?
No,
who's going to coach the D? I mean, what do you have?
It's very difficult to go to a bowl game, even if you get a second opportunity, if you have a coaching change.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't really blame Auburn. Golish is trying to get his coaches in there. He's trying to retain the roster that he wants to retain, get in new players. They were having to sign a recruiting class. There's a lot going on. So I don't really blame Auburn. Like Mississippi State, they fired, Coleman Hutzler because he stinks. But they kept, they kept, their head coach. And so with Jeff Levy, and so
they're going to a bowl game
continuity, and they're going to go to a bowl, and that makes more sense than Auburn going to a bowl.
Are you shocked? Are you shocked by the fact that Mississippi State brings back their former head coach as their defensive coordinator?
Because Zach Arnett did a great job under the late, great, Mike Leach.
Yes.
He did. He was in over his head as head coach, but that was a unique situation. Nobody thought they were going to lose Coach Leach so tragically. So, yeah, bringing Zach Arnett back, I can see that. I mean, he spent a year at Ole Miss, learning under, Lane the Liar. As a analyst, I mean,
that's like a Broadway musical now.
I wonder if
Lane the Liar.
I wonder if he learned about possums. I don't know. I mean, who knows? But
look, that critter that crawled in your car was huge.
It was. So, I mean, but Zach Arnett did a great job at Navy.
Yeah,
who's still not better than Missouri, and is going to. And I thought it was an underrated move that Mike Leach made, and I think, even though he failed as a head coach, the Mississippi State people thought a lot of his work as a defensive coordinator. I think this is a solid move. This is like going from a Pinto to an Escalade that I didn't buy.
You do have one.
I really don't.
By the way, speaking of defensive coordinators, let's stay on that topic because you said it wasn't a surprise. You were not shocked by it, but Tennessee making the announcement yesterday that Josh Heupel fires Tim Banks as his defensive coordinator a year after Banks was on the short list for the Broyles Award, which is given to the top assistant in college football. They give him a contract extension a mere 11 months ago. They owe him more than $4.5 million.
That's nice.
And they fire him.
Yeah, because I think they ended up 92nd in points allowed. It was just so disappointing to watch them be bad on defense and look like UCF when Bobby was there, and they were losing shootouts, which is basically what they did. I mean, it was great. Diego, man, won the Heisman against them. What a moment. I mean, he was running through them like a hot knife through butter. I mean, how awesome was it to watch that dump Neyland Stadium have to thin out in the third and fourth quarter because Vanderbilt was beating the hell out of them. And then to top it all off, like Chris Lee said, what world am I living in? The top prospect in America. He ain't going to be a Vol. He's going to be a Vanderbilt Commodore. Beautiful.
By the way, Banks, the first assistant coach Josh Heupel has fired since arriving in Knoxville.
It's pretty significant.
Others have left.
Yeah, they've left, like Alex Golish.
But Banks is the first assistant Heupel has fired.
Well, he's trying to take the heat off himself. Let's see who he hires as his defensive coordinator. Coleman Hutzler's out there for you.
All right, let's get a break in. When we come back, we're going to open the phone lines. 256-576-4977 for some.
Nah, he's banned. We'll never have him on the show ever again. Did he just get burrowed?
Yeah,
he's done. He's banned. I don't want to talk to a puke like that. I'm sorry. I can't help it that he's got the sensitivity of I can't say
possum.
Well, yeah, there you go. We can use that P word. We can't use the other one.
Oh, no.
And he's too sensitive anyways, because he asked for the bull and he got the horns. Okay. So you lost, pal, and you lost big. And if you want to, I'll give you can call your boy Tom. I'll give Tom my address. He has it. You want to come get some? Come get it, because I'll throw you in a trash can.
We're good.
Which is where you belong, with a possum.
We're good.
You maggot.
We're good. 8:30, let's get a break here. When we come back, we'll go back out to the phone lines. 256-576-4977.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone. Travel accommodations for 97.7 ESPN, The Zone, provided by University Kia. Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Fox 54 meteorologist Emily Owen. High temperatures for this Tuesday will warm into the low 50s for the afternoon. Expect to see a partly sunny sky. Heading into our Tuesday night, we remain quiet. Low temperatures fall into the upper 30s for the overnight. We'll remain under a partly cloudy sky.
Your Fox 54 weather, only on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Tom Luganville here for my friends at the service department at Woody Anderson Ford. When you need service on your vehicle, whether it's a Ford or any other make, you want to get into Woody Anderson Ford, where their expert service technicians will get it diagnosed and repaired right away, the right way. And while you are there, check out all the new and pre-owned vehicles at Woody Anderson as well. They are ready to make you the best deal possible. Visit Woody Anderson Ford today.
Woody Anderson Ford on Jordan Lane in Huntsville, Hughes Road in Madison, and online at WoodyAndersonFord.com.
The holidays are here, and so is the holiday pizzazz at Loring & Company Fine Jewelers. At Loring & Company, they know this season is all about family, time, and meaningful connections. And when it comes to finding that perfect gift, they make it easy, enjoyable, and unforgettable. Step into a sparkling world of the world's most desired jewelry brands, all in one place. Their friendly, experienced staff is ready to help you discover something extraordinary. Whether you're shopping for a spouse, a parent, a child, or treating yourself to a little festive shine, finding the right gift doesn't have to be stressful. At Loring & Company Fine Jewelers, it's a pleasure. They'll help you choose a piece that says exactly what you want it to say, beautifully. This holiday season, let the Loring family welcome you into theirs. Visit Loring & Company Fine Jewelers at 800 Airport Road in Huntsville and shop anytime at loringjewelers.com. Add a little holiday pizzazz to your celebrations at Loring & Company Fine Jewelers.
Tom Abraham here for my friend Mike Owen at Owen Home Appliance Center. Are those new school clothes wearing out that old washer and dryer? Well, it's time to get off the bus at Owen Home Appliance Center and learn what a new Speed Queen washer can do for you. They're in stock and are ready for delivery now. At Owen Home Appliance Center, quality products, quality pricing, quality service. It's right there in the name, Owen Home Appliance Center. 2 locations to serve you, Highway 36 in Somerville and the interactive location at Highway 231 in Lacey Springs, just 8 miles south of the river.
In the market for a new or used car? Look no further than Hyundai of Decatur. With a large inventory of new, used, and certified pre-owned Hyundai models, Greenway Hyundai of Decatur is here to service all of your Hyundai needs. Come visit our exceptional service department as well. With state-of-the-art facilities and a caring team of automotive professionals waiting to service your vehicle, make Hyundai of Decatur your #1 choice for all your automotive needs. Give them a call today at 256-274-0279 or visit them online at greenwayhyundaiofdecatur.com.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. Trust our team of professional, clean, and friendly electricians. We'll get it done right and get it done safely.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in the respective state or county.
This is your home for Alabama football.
Looking for Williams, comes back, makes a catch, trying to split defenders, makes them bang into each other, stays on his feet, breaks a tackle, score!
This is 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Says you don't know how to act, run your mouth, don't look back.
256-576-4977. You want to join the phone lines. Before we get out there, we do want to make sure we invite everybody. Yes, we say everybody. When you bring family together, sometimes you get everybody, and, well, you got to include everybody. On December 16th, on a Tuesday, want to invite everyone to come over to Field Day along University Drive here in Huntsville. I believe it's in the old Burlington Coat Factory building along University Drive. But that is the 97.7 ESPN, The Zone Listener Appreciation Party. We're going to open the doors to Field Day, and all you got to do is bring a toy or 2 or 3 or 4 or more, and that'll get you in the door, get you some free food, get you a free round of miniature golf, everything that we collect on Tuesday. 1 week from today, everything we collect is going to go to the Toys for Tots Foundation. Everything that we collect. So that's why I say, if you bring a toy, that's great. You bring 2, that's awesome. Bring 3, bring 4, bring more. We don't care, because everything we collect goes for Toys for Tots. We want to make it a huge night and a big night. Big thank you to our friends at Field Day for rolling out the red carpet for us, 5 to 7:30. Come on out there. We're going to be out there. We got free food as long as you bring a toy. We got all kinds of stuff. So it's going to be a fantastic night, but we want to invite everybody to be out there with us. Big thank you to Talon Heating and Air for helping us make this possible. Remember, you can give Thomas, Terry, and Jeremy a call as well, talonhvac.com. Let's go out to the phone lines. Let's bring in Bama Bino with us this morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Bino.
Hey, Scott and Drew. Oh, I think that was Bramblow's possum that crawled up in there.
Hey, by the way, that's a great way. I'm glad you brought that up. I just got a text message. The Truckster's already done this morning.
Is it really?
At Bill Penny tell you.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Done.
Great work. Great
Done.
work, Tyler,
Look at
and the
that.
whole staff, man. All whole staff. I just got to pick it up.
Hey, their service department is open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then on Saturday, 7 to 5, they can service your vehicle.
And they can remove varmints.
And they can remove possums.
Well, I just was, somebody told me that was probably Bramblow's pet possum. But anyway,
Probably. See, you live on Sand Mountain.
Yeah.
You have what is it? You have what is the no? But what's the one that sees its shadow on Sand Mountain?
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of deer in my back 33 I got, and Mother and Daddy's got 100 acres that join me. There's a lot of deer, but we've got possums. Yeah. We've got possums and every critter you can think of, coons. But
Sand Mountain Sam. That's what it is. Sand Mountain Sam is the weather predicting possum there on Sand Mountain.
Well, hopefully I didn't get Sam. I don't think so.
But before I comment on Bramblow, what I was going to say, y'all didn't even call this guy's name out, but the caller yesterday, y'all was talking about Philip, I imagine. This tells you that 99% of callers that call in, we all think alike and we're good people. The caller that called before me yesterday pointed out, I bet this guy voted for Kamala. And I guarantee you he did, because the DEI philosophy, everybody gets a trophy. And you put 3 in each conference in and let them. Well, the reason there ain't 3 in each conference is because it's supposed to be the 12 best teams. It'd be a 55-0 blowout on some of those. He don't understand more. You just need to stick to pro ball.
Exactly.
Whoever that Phillip guy was. But anyway, I was going to say about Brambo. There used to be a show called, or a thing in the paper called Leonard's Losers.
Yeah, and on the radio,
Yeah, and on the radio. He could start a podcast or something called Bramblow's Blowhards. And that's what he needs to do, because all he's doing is virtue signaling and trying to get brownie points in the press for the Catholics. Let me tell you about privilege. If he wants to talk about privilege, we earned the privilege to get considered. The SEC's been in there, I don't know, all but 4 or 5 times in the last 27 years. But let's go back to 1966, talk about privilege. Michigan State played Notre Dame, and they played for a tie. Alabama was undefeated.
That's right.
And they played for a tie because they knew the press would probably vote them in. And they did. And it was what would be called now the gaslighting press that tried to exclude Bear Bryant or any SEC team for not being considered, just to give them a reason, because they didn't have a loss, they had a tie. So there's your privilege. And then when your privilege gets in there and do play us, it's 28-0, I think, last time. So you can take your privilege and go to Tampon Tim, and you can do what you want, Brand Blow. You're not relevant anymore.
And
that's what I got to say about
it. And I just got to say this too, man. The thing where Coach Bryant, they got shortchanged twice by Notre Dame, because the thing that hasn't been done is 3 straight national championships, and Coach Bryant would have done it twice. He would have done it 64, 65, 66, and then he would have done it 77, 78, and 79, and he was screwed out of them. He was screwed out of a couple of titles.
Right. And Jerry Duncan always said that was the best team Bryant had up to that point.
Right.
And actually, years later, when he was commenting, wasn't he a sideline color commentator?
Yes, he was for many years.
He even said in the 70s and early 80s, he said that's the best team Alabama ever had was the 66 team. So, I mean, it was just, he really had 3 in a row. He sure did. And the 77 team was pretty doggone good. But I wasn't alive. I was alive in 77. I wasn't in 66. But I know my history and everything I've ever heard or read about it from my older people that, went to games and watched, listened, and read back then, and even now reading. That's pretty close to as far as a teamwork. The some of those 60s teams, I don't think had many touchdowns scored on them. Period. I mean, they just didn't give it. It was like they was playing. It was a sin to give up a touchdown, and but these people, I don't know how they get to listening to us if they don't realize this is not a participation trophy. I mean, we give you one for trying, but not a trophy just because you're in the league. You've got it's supposed to be the best 12 teams, and it's supposed to be it's supposed to be merit. And America, majority-wise, showed that, in not only in what they support, but how they vote, all the way to how they think. It's about merit, because this DEI stuff don't work, and that's where he was coming from. Put 3 in each. Well, you'd have a lopsided deal there.
Yeah,
I mean, because good to see you guys, hear you guys, and let's hope we don't get any more possums.
Thanks, Bam Bambino.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying too, and it's just like to me, it's not good football in the NFL when a division winner is 7-9, let's say, or 7-10, and they win the division and they still get a home playoff game.
Right.
For what? You didn't earn anything. You won a division because it's bad.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And that's just.
Well, the people were saying they need to change how they do that too. Remember, there was people the last couple of years saying, well, the NFL needs to change its format because it doesn't work, and you shouldn't be able to host if you're below 500 and all that other stuff. There's people that are not happy with how the NFL does it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I mean, and look, college football is so hard because, you're looking at what, 130? 135
now it's
teams?
harder than the NFL, because at least the NFL, I'll give them credit for this. The NFL has an antitrust agreement, and they have contracts.
Right.
They don't have them in college football really now.
Right.
It's year-to-year stuff.
Right. And look, college football, I'm telling you right now, college football has way more bigger problems than trying to figure out a perfect playoff situation. There's the whole NIL stuff. Remember, there's this whole SCORE Act that still hasn't been passed.
Right.
It's been put on the back burner yet again. You got state attorney generals urging presidents and athletic directors not to sign this SCORE Act. You've got universities and players that are debating whether or not they want to be employees of universities,
which nobody wants. Yeah.
College football has bigger issues right now than trying to figure out the best way to get 16 or 12 teams in the playoffs. We're thankful we have 12 teams right now because we still could be at 2 with the old BCS formula, and then we'd be really screwed. So there's other bigger fish to fry than this playoff system. It is what we is. It's the best that we can get right now. It's not perfect, but at least we have 12 teams in.
Yeah.
So, all right, we got to get our final break in. Those 12 teams are getting a lot of money. How much are they getting? And Tulane is getting a lot more than what you might think. We'll explain it all next.
You're listening to Talkin' Ball on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
The road to the national title starts now.
Strike up the band and light them up.
The Crimson Tide looks to get revenge on the Oklahoma Sooners in the first round of the college football playoffs. Friday, December 19th. First round coverage starts at 4 p.m. on your home for Alabama football.
Your home of the Alabama Crimson Tide is 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Your customers deserve the best, and so do you. You invest in your customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation Cat 255 compact track loader from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best, and this machine has it all. With features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. And with our workhorse special promotion, that new 255 CTL is just $73,655. But it's only good through December 31st. Prices increase in January, so lock in your savings now and take advantage of year-end tax benefits to maximize your investment. Don't wait. The best time to buy that new Cat 255 is today. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor. We're here for you.
Need tough equipment you can count on? Christopher Equipment has you covered. Whether it's air compressors, trenchers, bucket lifts, concrete tools, generators, skid steers, and more. Serving you with locations in Tullahoma, Shelbyville, Manchester, Fayetteville, and Hazel Green. Christopher Equipment. From job site to backyard, rent or buy, Christopher Equipment delivers the tools you need when you need them. Call 931-455-3900 or visit christopher.equipment today. Christopher Equipment, powering your project.
Tom Abraham here for my friends at All About Water. Crazy name, huh? Well, let me introduce you to them. All About Water is the top pond builder anywhere in the Tennessee Valley, and that includes remodeling or cleaning out existing ponds as well. They also have monthly maintenance plans for your pond. Don't have a pond? Well, how about a fountain or water feature for your property to bring that soothing sound of running water to your happy place? On the other hand, maybe you have water on your property that you don't want. Well, Ryan at All About Water is all about water, so he could take care of that as well. He has a background in fluid dynamics, and what that means is that he could take care of any water issue that you have. Finally, how about that irrigation system that you have or that you want? Well, they do installs and maintenance and repairs on those as well because they are all about water. Learn more at allaboutwaterllc.com. That's allaboutwaterllc.com.
This segment of Talkin' Ball is brought to you by University Kia, the #1 volume Kia dealer in the state of Alabama. Located online at universitykia.com.
I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. Hey, hey, well, I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. Hey, hey,
$116 million. 116, that's a big number. That's a key number because that's how much is up for grabs with these college football playoffs, depending how far you go.
Right.
$116 million. Now, you get $4 million just for making the playoffs, each school. So the SEC obviously gets $12 million. That's going to get dispersed. That goes into the pool. It gets dispersed at the end or whatever, the revenue share. So that $12 million goes into the pot. You get another $4 million if you go to the quarterfinals. You get another $6 million if you make it to the semis. You get another $6 million if you make it into the title game. The SEC, $20 million. The Big Ten, 12. Now Tulane is in a precarious spot. The Sun Belt and the American Conference, they're each going to get $4 million, but each highest ranked, the 4 highest ranked conference champions will earn a guaranteed $8 million for their conference. Because Tulane falls in that category.
And James Madison.
Win or lose, Tulane, because Tulane is the 4th one, the highest ranked. James Madison is 5. So James Madison falls out of that equation. Win or lose against Ole Miss, Tulane is going to give the American Conference $8 million because they get 4 for playing and 4 for being is one of the 4 highest ranked conference champions. So the American Conference is going to get an $8 million cash boost for Tulane playing into the playoffs.
If they already said it wasn't going to be the top 5, just the top 4, then they never should have took the top 5 highest ranked. It doesn't make any dang sense.
Yeah, they're only paying. They're only giving the $4 million extra to the top 4
then
conference.
Why even have a top 5? That's just dumb. James Madison shouldn't have been in this thing, and then we could have had some of their blood pressure being a lot lower, and then Notre Dame wouldn't have had to take their ball and run and be like a champion today and opt out.
So each school, by the way, each school that makes the playoffs, not only do they get $4 million for being in the playoffs, each school also, so Alabama will get this, they get an additional $3 million per round to cover expenses.
Yeah, you need to cover expenses and get some NIL money.
So each school is getting $7 million to be in the playoffs. You're getting $4 million for your conference. And the school itself is getting $3 million to cover all the expenses. Last year, Notre Dame racked up $20 million because of their playoff run. Keep in mind, Notre Dame is not in a conference, so that $20 million, nope, they don't share a bit of it.
They undefeated and have the best team in the world.
Yep, there you go.
Why are they having to go watch a parade from 1988 with no VHS? It's a VHS freaking tape. Why can't I guess they converted it to DVD and now they can convert it to stream. Why the hell are they having to do that if they got all this money?
Remember they used to have video stores where you could take your VHS tapes to and they'd put it on a DVD for you?
Yeah, totally.
I'm wondering if they did that in time so that they could actually now just put a DVD in to watch the VHS celebration.
Well, there's probably
back
a lot
in
of
'88
VCRs in South Bend. They had to save them. They conserve them
because there's nothing else to do.
Yeah, they can't do anything else. I mean, especially now they won't be going to a bowl and they had to go, take their ball and go home. Go watch them against Major Harris, man. Most of these people listening to this show are who the hell is Major Harris? They don't know. And and can you name the head coach of West Virginia back in those days, Scott? I can.
What year?
In 1988.
In 88?
Yeah. He had a great run.
Who was it?
Don Nehlen.
So, because when you mention when I think of great runs, West Virginia coach back in the day, I think of Bobby Bowden.
Well, and Bobby Bowden, Rich Rod and Bobby Bowden.
Yeah, because Bobby Bowden was there at West Virginia in the 70s, right?
And in the 60s and 70s. Because he had offered Nick Saban He basically created a graduate assistant job for him when he lost his dad, and he was finishing up at Kent State. So, but yeah, you think of Bobby Bowden first and foremost before he went to Florida State. Then you think of Rich Rod, because he had him playing for nearly
Pat
a national
White.
championship. And of course, Don Nealon was in between those two guys. But Major Harris was a guy that almost won the Heisman Trophy, and they were undefeated, but they lost to cheer for old Notre Dame. It's the last time we won a damn game of significance.
Yeah, well, Brian Kelly did get him into the BCS national championship game.
Yeah, what was the combined score of those games?
Not pretty.
Well, it's just Alabama.
See, I remember
for the second half, it's Alabama.
I remember that BCS one in Florida because we were there, and Notre Dame walked out.
There. Yeah,
they walked out for the press conferences, and Notre Dame walked out, and you're like, all right. And then Alabama walks in, and you're like, whoa, this isn't even going to be. Wow. I mean, we're talking varsity versus JV.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
They just ran over them.
Like a possum. They played possum.
Yeah, like a possum underneath a car.
That video that you sent, still.
Yeah. Wish I could put it up on my X account, but I don't have one yet.
Let me see. I don't think you've bought anything yet. Should we check to see if you have bought any more Cadillacs or houses or anything?
Who knows?
No, you have not purchased anything else. That's the good news.
Right.
You still have $54,200 in your account.
I wish. I'm about to have to go drain part of it now to get my car back. I don't know if they're going to show me the possum.
They may. They may. They wouldn't have kept it. No, I doubt well, that was an entertaining show.
It was. We even added to our band list. And for more on to the year, too. He's in the top 3.
I'm going to say he moved up to number 2, maybe even number 1A.
Well, Notre Dame moved on there, too.
All right. We'll back at it tomorrow, Wednesday edition show. Grady the Greek next week, I believe.
By now, you know about Eagle Masonry and Insulation, and maybe you know that Eagle also does landscaping and dirt work. But how about after paint work? Shower doors, shelving, and mirrors, all taken care of by Eagle, the same Eagle that